in domestic service, and in the profession. It is well to bear in mind that what other sins the South may have called to bear, it is the South that the Negro is given a man's chance in this commercial world. Our greatest danger is that in the great leap from slavery to freedom, we may overlook the fact that the masses of us are to live by the productions of our hands. No race can prosper till it learns that there is much indignity in tilling the fields as in riding the hall. It is at the bottom that we must begin, and not at the top. To those of the right race who look at the incoming of those foreign births and strange tongues and habits for the prosperity of the South, were I permitted to repeat what I've said in my own race, cast down your bucket where you are. Cast down among the 8 million of Negroes with habits now. Cast down your bucket among the people who have, without strikes and labor wars, tilled your fields, built your railroads and cities, brought forth the treasures of the bowels of the earth, and helped make possible this magnificent representation of the progress of the South. In all things that are purely social, we can be made as it is the fingers, and yet in all things essential through mutual progress, we can be as one hand. The wisest among my race understands that progress and the enjoyment of all privileges that will come to us must be the result of severe and constant struggle rather than artificial forcing. It is important and right that all privileges of the laws be ours. But it is vastly more important that we be prepared to exercise these privileges. For now, the opportunity to earn $1 in a factory is worth infinitely more than the opportunity to spend it in an opera house. I pledge that in your effort to work out the great and intricate problem which God has laid at the door of the South, you shall have at all times patient, sympathetic help of my race. When you add to our material prosperity your determination to administer absolute justice according to the mandates of the law to all classes, we shall share in our beloved South a new heaven and a new earth.
Today, Mr. Booker T. Washington stands as the lone spokesman of his 10 million fellows. He is one of the most notable figures in our nation. Because of this, I hesitate to criticize a life that, beginning with so little, has done so much. And yet the time has come where I must speak in all sincerity and frankness of the mistakes and shortcomings of the Atlanta Compromise. By way of the Atlanta Compromise, Mr. Washington asked that Negroes presently give up 3 things: their political power, their insistence on their civil rights, and the higher education of the Negro youth. In exchange, Negroes shall concentrate all their energies on industrial education, the accumulation of wealth, and the conciliation of the South. I honor Mr. Washington for his attitude of conciliation toward the white South and join with him in praising those of the South who do well, but uncompromisingly those who do ill. Again, I join him in taking advantage of the opportunities at hand and urging my fellows to do the same. But I also note that only a firm adherence to our higher ideals and aspirations will ever keep those ideals within the realm of possibility. I do not expect that the free right to vote, to enjoy civic rights, and to be educated will come in a moment, or to expect to see the biases and prejudices of the years disappear at the blast of a trumpet. Neither do I expect that Negroes will gain their reasonable rights by voluntarily throwing them away and insisting that they do not want them. On the contrary, I affirm that Negroes must insist continually, in season and out of season, that voting is necessary to modern manhood, that color discrimination is barbarism, and that black boys need education as well as white boys. So far as Mr. Washington preaches thrift, patience, and industrial training for the masses, we must hold up his hands and strive with him, rejoicing in his honors and glorying in the strength of this Joshua to lead the headless host. But so far as Mr. Washington apologizes for injustice in the North or the South, I and my fellows must unceasingly and firmly oppose him. Insofar as he does not rightly value the privilege and duty of voting, and insofar as he belittles the emasculating effects and caste distinctions, and insofar as he opposes the higher training and ambition of our brighter minds, we must again unceasingly and firmly oppose him. We must strive in every civilized, peaceful method for the rights in which world accords to men. We cling unwaveringly to the great words which the sons and fathers would fain forget. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.